Say ça. Shenzhen. Eric, please.
Ose Shihan. Maxo. Maxo Yame. Hecho Nire. Seishihan Nancy Nire. Junshihan Sarah Nire. Sensei Sally Nire. Senpai Carla Nire. Senpai Nire. Otoga Nire.
Thank you very much and welcome everybody. Thank you so much for coming today to be part of this promotion ceremony. And what's happening here today is that these students are being assessed for their readiness to transition from one whole level of training that they've been doing for many years, anywhere from 5 to 9, 10 years, I think, almost in TJ's situation, into a new level of training. And they have been studying Seido Karate here with us at the dojo. They have used it to gain strength in their bodies and their minds. They have used it as a tool for personal growth and to challenge themselves in all kinds of ways. And we think that all of them are ready for new levels of training. So they're joining the Black Belt community.
What you're doing is showing your personal embracing of the art, interpretation of the art, manifestation of the art. Because this is an art with a history and tradition and lineage and a certain set of rules that makes it what it is. But you're also taking it as your own. So part of what today will be you showing that. So just really believe in yourself and know that showing your own personal expression of your art is one of the most important opportunities of today.
By the length of time that they have been training, so TJ has been training the longest, so we're going to have him starting out, please. Oh, it's the introductions.
Oshisha, Oshisha, Osensei, Osenpai. My name is TJ Nakano. I'm 15 years old. I've been training for almost 8.5 years, and I have no health issues whatsoever. So,
Great.
My name is Janet Leffley. I've been training at Thousand Waves for 9 years, and I'm 47 years old, and I have no health issues today besides being a little tiny.
My name is Jeff Gore. I've been training here at Thousand Waves for 5 years. I had a finger dislocation in the fall and surgery and therapy about that. I've been released by my doctor. He said my finger can withstand impact. I would prefer not to do a break on this side with the knife edge.
Sounds like a very good idea.
I am ready for everything.
How old are you?
I am 46 years old.
My name is Lauren Schwindeman, and I'm 32 years old. I have had a chronic neck shoulder injury that most of my art I can practice completely fine, but I'm not able to roll currently. And joint locks, I can't take hard joint locks on my left side, but sparring should be fine. Everything else I expect to be fine.
I'm Jake Longstory. I'm 14 years old, and I've been training for 8.5 years, and I have no health injuries or issues whatsoever.
I am Michelle Curley. I'm 51 and a half years old, and I've been training for almost 5 years. And my issue is my arm, which I broke many years ago when I was 18, but I still have a lot of issues with it. So I also, no joint locks here, or very lightly, and I'm sparring, or any contact has to be very light on my right arm and wrist.
Good. Ni, san, chi, go, ro, sit, hat, ku, ju. And hold your stance and punch with ki. Ich,
I found help in running, in meditation, and I even lived in a Buddhist temple for a while. But somehow that community didn't fit what I needed. And when I found Thousand Waves and I found Sado Karate, all of a sudden the pieces came together and I found something, a community that really was meant for me, because I guess it's in my nature to really love community. And that's what Sado and Thousand Waves is all about, is really about building a better community and improving yourself and working on yourself to become a better person. And if you work on yourself to become a better person, then you can help make the world a better place. And I really believe that. And so even when
different things happened and we traveled and in 2009 I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And everything changed. And I found out that I needed 1,000 waves in a way that I never needed anything before. I have to say thank you to the entire community for being so supportive and understanding and knowing that life is hard and you have to just keep fighting with non-quitting spirit. And that's the reason I kept training after my diagnosis and after my treatment. And the karate helped me get through that, because there's a lot of pain involved in cancer of all different kinds. So I started training again, and I came back to train partly because I could be surrounded by all of you all in the support. I needed it. So thank you so much for that.
Upon reflecting, I think that there's a few things that are especially difficult for me in my training. One is sparring, in that what makes it difficult is that it's very spontaneous and you have to react in the moment, and people are punching you and kicking you and you have to figure out what to do. And I think a lot of times when I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what happens, but I start crying. And I'm okay, but I just cry. And so I think through sparring, that's happened to me quite a bit. And I've had to learn to be okay with that and keep sparring, even when that happens. And the more that I expose myself to those scary rounds or interactions in sparring, the less scary they become, because I can remember doing it before and being okay. And so I think that's been something that's impacted my life outside of karate, in that life is unpredictable. And in my workplace or in other areas of my life, I can draw on that ability to kind of breathe through difficult situations and not focus on how I'm feeling, but focus on what I need to do. So that's one key thing. And the second thing just has to do with...
Done a lot of activities between the time of me getting my junior knee done from now. Most of my life has been dedicated to the volunteer work of ASK, Adaptive Sado Karate. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's for teaching karate to kids with disabilities. And because I had such a long period of time and knowledge of learning how to deal with kids with disabilities, I was able to bring that into another volunteer work for another group called Dare to Try. And Dare to Try is a group that helps kids with triathlons and being able to run, to swim, and to bike. So I can really appreciate from Sensei Rebecca and Senpai Max for making the group and having me volunteer to bring that knowledge over to Dare to Try. And the reason why I wanted to join Dare to Try is because I wanted to expand more on the knowledge that I had here. And because of 1,000 Waves, I can really have a close connection to the kids with disabilities, and it's just sort of great. Another thing that I had problems with was capoeira. 2 years ago, I was asked to go to a workshop, a capoeira workshop. So I didn't really know what I was expecting because I had done it long ago, but forgot about it. So when I did the workshop, I was incredibly scared of the martial art because they were doing stuff that they don't do in karate, like flips and spinning kicks and jumps in the air, and I'm like, I can't do this. This is too much for me. And I was like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. And they asked me to actually train with the group in capoeira, but I had the fear that I wasn't gonna do so well and I was going to be detached from the martial art of karate. But the teacher, he told me that we're not taking you away from karate, we're just helping you develop more on your martial arts skills. Because I think that's an important lesson that everybody needs to know, that like just developing on that makes you stronger mentally and physically, and it helps you to do things that you probably thought you could never do. So.
And reading a lot of the black belt essays, they all begin with appreciation. And a lot of times we use the word gasho when we say appreciation. And the word gasho, it seems to have different meanings. It can mean bringing the two into one. I've been told that's like bringing shampoo and conditioner together from some of the children's students. But it's also bringing things together and bringing together a sense of appreciation. And as I was starting to write that part, the appreciation part, that ended up being the title and sort of thematic gathering device of my essay. The areas of karate that I enter into with joy, such as sparring, I come to that, from an athletic background of playing football, and I played football in part because I could never quite catch a ball, and I could not quite dance. And so many of the things that are of karate that some people like so much because they are so much like dance are torturous to me. And that's a good thing. And that's what the big thing really is for me, of bringing the two into one together with me.
Karate has helped me in a way that probably nothing else really could have had. It gave me a positive outlet for my energy because I have ADHD. And it also helped me focus more. It gave me something to focus on, just almost kind of like put myself in a focus, but still put myself in a whole other world. Plus, it also opened my eyes to other philosophies and other ways of looking at things. But mainly, what karate has helped me with is when my uncle died. It just was really helpful for me, just because I've always had trouble putting my emotions out there and controlling them. So when it came down to the fact that when my uncle died, and everyone just asked me if I was alright, and just plain old and simple, just asked, was really great. And the fact that this is such a well-rounded community, that everyone is like so well connected to each other, that it's so easy to express yourself and not feel judged or like you're about to be like bossed around or like bullied or any sort of way. So it's just really empowering and inspiring to be in this sort of environment and community. And I would really thank you guys for bringing me here and teaching me.